All right, guys, what's up? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. So originally I was going to make a different kind of video talking about XDefiant, and it was regarding the Tom Henderson tweet, aka the Gaming Revolution, the guy who's been leaking stuff about Call of Duty ever since around the time of Modern Warfare 2019, and pretty much being right pretty much every time, as well as talking about other games and how he has people on the inside that report to him, etc., etc. I was originally going to talk about that. However, on my way over from home, I ran into a video that just happened to be in my recommendeds that was a reaction video to a video that was made about 9 or 10 months ago or so. However, the reaction video itself was made about a month ago, according to YouTube. And basically, it explains about the cheating situation, how and why you can't really tell the difference with the naked eye and all that kind of stuff, why it's so difficult to tell whether somebody's cheating or not. The problem, the percentage of people that are cheating, you know, how bad Cronus is in and all that kind of stuff really is. And in some ways it's even worse than what it is on PC or whatever the deal is. But once I saw that video, which was a 20-something minute video, obviously in that video, there was a possible solution that was coming up since this video got made almost a year ago. There is a solution that is definitely in the works, and it's not necessarily in the form of anti-cheat. I'm going to let the video pretty much describe everything in and of itself. I'll leave a link down in the description below. However, as of the time of making that video, over 30%, and that was, again, about a year ago, over 30% of people that play online multiplayer shooters are cheating. And it doesn't matter what game it is. It could be Tarkov, it could be CSGO, it could be Valorant, it could be Call of Duty, Warzone, you name it, Halo. Any multiplayer shooter out there today, I would say roughly over 30% of people are cheating. And again, that was about 9 months ago in terms of those statistics and those numbers that were put up. And again, I'm going to leave the video down in the description below. I highly recommend you watch it because I wouldn't be doing it justice by explaining everything tit for tat on here. You guys really need to see it so that way you can understand it for itself. So So with that being said, XDefiant needs to be delayed. And the reason why I say that is because XDefiant is going to be the only multiplayer shooter that is going to be released that is not going to have engagement optimized matchmaking or skill-based matchmaking, or should I say both actually, in public multiplayer matches. Now, obviously, as far as ranked is concerned, yes, that is going to have legitimate skill-based matchmaking. However, when if that game is to come out before there's a solution to this cheating thing or whatnot, in terms of what's going on, that game is going to be chalked, just like so many other multiplayer shooters out there. And if you guys want to know how bad cheating really is, and you guys probably know this at this point, one thing that is very true is that there have been many people that are famous that have been caught cheating, including some pro players. And it doesn't matter what game it is. Some pro players themselves have even been caught cheating. So if you know that if a person that is good enough without cheats to qualify to be in the top 1% of their skill, to actually be competing for money, etc., and to actually be a part of a team and an organization, stuff like that, and get busted for something like that, then if a person like that is actually cheating, then guess what? Some of those other famous names that you know of that are either former pro players maybe, or people that were never pro and they're just big name streamers, etc., guess what? Chances are that, let's say statistically speaking, over 30% of those players have been cheating as well. And chances are it's even a higher number, especially when it comes to money that's being put into play. And with XDefiant being a unique game solely because of the reason of not having skill-based matchmaking or engagement optimized matchmaking in pubs. Remember, let's be honest here, right? I support XDefiant. You guys that watch this channel support XDefiant, at least a majority of you or whatnot, right? We all support XDefiant on here, right? But the number one reason why that game is unique among other games that's coming out is for one reason and one reason only, and that is because it's not going to have skill-based matchmaking and engagement optimized matchmaking in pubs, which is something that we've seriously wanted for a long ass time. However, as bad as the cheating and stuff is in many other games, we know, and I've discussed this in another video as well, we know that it is something that can solely destroy multiplayer games. Seriously, it's not even funny. Now, if XDefiant has actually been delayed because they're actually incorporating like a solution similar to the video that will be in the description below, that if you get, when you guys watch, you'll understand. If they're incorporating something like that, it's like, yeah, by all means, take all the time you need. I mean, let's put it this way. Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you guys this. Would you pay, let's say, an extra $10, or like, let's say $10 a month to pretty much guarantee that it's an even playing field in terms of, in terms of keeping the game clean? If you were pretty much guaranteed, right? If not, like, let's say a 90 plus guarantee or a 95% plus guarantee, because there's no 100% guarantees in anything, but let's just say factually speaking, right? And logically speaking, if you can have over a 90% or a 95 or over a 95% guarantee that pretty much the vast majority of the games that you play will be clean, would you pay that extra $10 a month? I'm legitimately asking you this question. Would you pay $10 a month? You know why I'm saying that? And it's because at the end of the video that is in the description, the guy basically said his content creation name starts with an A, and I don't want to accidentally mispronounce it. So he basically said that eventually something's got to give, right? I mean, all these companies, PlayStation, Xbox, and all that, all these guys have to basically combine together and say, no, we need to do something about this or something like that, despite the fact that it makes us money. And again, I'm paraphrasing what he said, but that's basically what he said. And upon hearing that, I immediately said, yeah, but the problem is they're making money off of it. Because, I mean, since when have you guys known any big corporation or business, no matter how deep their pockets are, since when have any of them in the course of history basically made that sacrifice towards like, yeah, we're going to do things for the greater good, and yeah, we're going to invest in actually incorporating something that will combat this cheating problem, and yeah, our games will be clean, but we'll lose money, but our games will be clean, and we're even going to invest in it. I mean, seriously, that's what they would have to do. And are they willing to do that? I mean, have you got, open your eyes, guys? What kind of world do we live in today? And I don't mean to sound pessimistic. I'm just trying to be realistic here. Will gaming companies actually do that? I mean, that's the biggest thing at this point. It's like, dude, in a perfect world, that would be amazing. But that's not the world we live in. And it's all about money. And that is why I asked you guys the question beforehand. The question is, would you pay, let's say, $10 a month or just one flat out fee that's reasonable to make sure that the vast majority of your games are clean when you play in multiplayer games, in any multiplayer game? If the answer to that question is yes, then perhaps there may be hope, because we know that people are paying money, even though from what I heard, it's a pretty cheap fee to get these cheats, right? So what if we were actually to pay the developers as well as, whatever, to incorporate a system like the one that's discussed in the video that I'll leave in the description below, in order to keep things clean? And again, everything is explained in the video, so I'm going to let that video speak for itself. But I think that would be the only chance of something like that, because ultimately, any sort of effort that companies put into their game, they need to get paid. They need to get paid. Simple as that. They're not going to put all that money onto investment for nothing. Do you guys think that that Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard just out of the goodness of their heart, and they wanted to make, their platform, their players happy and stuff like that? I mean, sure, they did, but the number one reason why they did it is so that way they can get a return on investment and then some. Okay? Simple as that. And it makes sense in terms of what Microsoft is going for and trying to make sure that their subscription service Game Pass, and as well as their exclusives that they're going to be coming up with, as well as these third-party titles, are owned by them, so that way they have more control, so that way they can basically get the game in players' hands regardless of whatever platform they play on, or they can create other ways for within their platform in order to have more accessibility to other players or whatnot. So but yeah, that's what this video is about, guys. I personally think, guys, I know that we don't want to wait any longer for XDefiant. I get it. I understand it. I get it. But at the same time, honestly, the game is going to be, it's not going to live very long with the current cheating situation that's going on right now unless something like this gets implemented. I'm telling you, even without SBMM, EOMM into pubs, 1/3 and growing, by the way, 1/3 of the population and growing being cheaters in the lobby it's going to kill anybody's desire to want to come back and play the game. So it really is that simple. So I mean, in a perfect world, if I could, have any say in it, it's like, man, I wish a system like the one that's being talked about, that's being developed, would exist in all multiplayer shooters at this point, like right now, regardless of the fact that, let's say, 30% of the players won't play. But I think that's not the case. I think a smaller percentage than 30% of the players, won't play because they can't cheat anymore. And that's the number one reason why people cheat. It's either two reasons at this point, and one of the reasons is new. Number one is because they're not very good at the game and they're looking at shortcuts. And number two, another reason why people cheat is because they can see the value in it, because if they can get away with it, they can become big and famous on YouTube, or if they already are famous, they can become even bigger. Okay? And you guys know it's true. You've seen it, you've heard of it. It's nothing new at this point. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go on this one, and just let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Let them keep working on it. Let them delay the game for as long as it takes, in my opinion, until something is legitimately put up there. Because quite frankly, if the anti-cheat is not good, and if it's the same old or a version of the same stuff that most multiplayer shooters are doing, and that are purposely like letting cheaters run rampant in some cases, depending on whatever franchise you're talking about, let me tell you something, man. It's a half-assed effort, and we know it's a dead end, because no other game out there is that clean because of what's going on. However, look at the video below and you'll understand what I'm talking about, and hopefully there's been some progress made, and we can go from there. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. I appreciate all the time that you've taken to watch and or listen, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.